the trend with always getting better, I wanted to talk about something that, as of recently, I've seen myself getting caught up in what we call tunnel vision. So there are three things that I want to talk to you guys about. First is, what is tunnel vision and how does it relate to me? The second is, how does tunnel vision apply to my daily life at Empire and what I go through? And then the third one is, what have I done moving forward in order to make sure that tunnel vision doesn't affect my daily life? So first, what is tunnel vision? The way I think of tunnel vision and kind of how I've always grown up to understand it was through sports. And the way I perceive tunnel vision is just as you hear the word tunnel vision. You see what's directly ahead of you. You can't see anything to the side because you're only focused on that central point, right? So that's kind of how I perceive tunnel vision. Now, when I was a freshman in college, obviously we all play sports, and I'm sure tunnel vision has played a role at some point in our athletic lives. When I was a freshman in college, I was a big shot on the lacrosse field, big time freshman coming in, he's going to start, all this buzz around me. And once during our blue and white game, which is like our interleague scrimmage, I had the opportunity, I picked up a ground ball and I broke across the midfield line. Now, as a freshman in college, this isn't something that happens very often or that you're allowed to do. So now I pick up this ball, I break across the midfield line, and my eyes get huge. As soon as I break across the midfield line, I'm immediately looking at the goal. I keep running towards the box, none of the defensemen slide to me. My attackmen all push out to the wings and give me a clear lane right to the goal. So now my eyes open up huge. All I see is this goal. This goal just went from being a 6x6 goal to 100 by 100. All I can see is this goal and the goalie in it. So now I'm running full speed at the goal, take my step, get my stick out behind my body, and I go to crank a shot, and next thing I know, right before the ball leaves my stick, I get blasted from the side. Just completely taken out, clean my clock, stick goes everywhere, gloves, complete yard sale, balls on the ground. Now, in hindsight, here I am running across midfield line, all I see is this goal. So I have these blinders on, I'm fully focused on tunnel vision. All I see is this goal, I don't see anything that's happening around me. I'm not paying attention to anything other than, oh my God, I'm about to score. Now, how does this personal experience apply to Empire? So recently, over the past 8 months, I've been given the opportunity to bid on the Brooklyn Surgery Center. Now, this Brooklyn Surgery Center is something that leads vapors, FMS, instruments, implants. It's the whole deal. It's a huge, huge deal, right? Somewhere upwards of $250,000. So now, here I am, back in the exact same situation I was on the lacrosse field. I just crossed the midfield line in this situation. I have the goal, which is the Brooklyn Surgery Center, right ahead of me. My eyes are big, pupils are dilated, all I can see is this huge deal. I'm not focusing on anything else around me. All I see is this deal. I'm working on contracts, getting pricing, making sure everything's in order, so that come time to close this deal, I'll be ready to go. I can put the POs in, good to go, happy day, $250,000+, it's gonna be a great thing. But now, here we are in December, and I'm looking around and I'm thinking, oh shit, I'm putting all my eggs in one basket, aren't I? I'm banking on this Brooklyn Surgery Center deal. It's like I'm not really taking a look to see what low-lying fruit or what other opportunity there is for me. So now, going back a few weeks ago to what Billy said, we talked about getting comfortable in accounts and falling into a groove, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're like, oh, maybe I'm not as organized or as prepared as I thought. And that's exactly what happened to me in this situation. Here you are in December, I still don't have a PO, and now I'm like, oh shit, maybe this isn't as sure of a thing as I thought. So now I had to take a step back or pause at the situation and survey my opportunity in my other accounts, because just like that break across the midfield line, I don't want to get caught staring at the goal and get blindsided and then be left with nothing. So just like Billy said, I went back, I revisited each one of my accounts, I saw where my opportunity was, and moving forward to ensure that this doesn't affect my daily life or my life at Empire and my end of the year revenue, I had to find something in each one of my accounts that I could push for that end of the year sale. Although it's not the $250,000 sale, it is still the low-lying fruit, and it's going to allow me to drive additional revenue towards my end of the year goal. So, in closing, it was forced to take a step back and take a breath and relax, because all I could see was this Brooklyn Surgery Center did. And all I could see were these dollar signs around it. I didn't focus on the bigger picture and what else was laying around or low-lying fruit that I was going to be able to grab come the end of the year, which at the end of the day are probably going to be much easier to close than this $270,000 deal. So that's exactly what I did. I surveyed each one of my accounts, I saw opportunity in each account, and I wrote that opportunity down. And that's kind of why I have us doing the fourth quarter close for today, so that we can all see what we're closing for the month, see where our opportunity is, and see where we could possibly push a little bit more revenue from. So moving forward, I hope everyone's prepared for the meeting, and hope you got a little something out of that television.